Hello, everyone. Welcome. Today I will be doing my asynchronous group social work conference presentation. Thank you so much for being here. A little background or summary on my assignment A and B is that I decided to choose to create a group for Mexican American young adolescent girls at the age of 10 to 18 who were separated from their families due to immigration laws. The goal of this group is to provide effective treatment to Mexican American adolescent girls who have experienced separation from their families due to these immigration laws. Mexican Americans who are separated need this treatment due to the trauma that they experience. Family separation is something traumatic, so I believe that there is a great need for this type of groups. Ruptures in parental relationships will lead to significant developmental challenges. This population is at the age where their bodies and mind are still developing, so this trauma would definitely cause unnecessary stress and challenges in their life in the future. The support group would educate this population by teaching skills to improve the participants' ability to adjust to their new living environment through psychoeducation. So there's different traumatic events that's going to happen. First, when they're being separated, and of course, getting used to that new living environment is going to be challenging, and having a support group that can ease some of that tension would definitely be beneficial for this type of population. Teaching the group social skills will help them improve assertiveness, problem solving, conflict resolution, building healthy relationships, boundaries, manners, making friends, empathy, and building natural support. These individuals are definitely going to need help with their social skills, because sometimes, when they experience some type of trauma like this, they rather isolate themselves because they're still going through that grief and process of losing their family members, even though they haven't lost them to death, but they still have lost them, through this type of separation. So the group will also assist the population moving forward. However, through the process, also acknowledging and validating their thoughts, emotions, and feelings is important for their well-being. So although the treatment is to assist them moving forward, we still want to validate those thoughts and emotions and feelings that come to this traumatic experience. So the need within the community. During the last few years, the number of deported and family separation has increased. Small children are left without their parents and causing unnecessary stress. This has been seen through TV, news. It's horrible. These kids are placed in high stress environments throughout the separation process. They're not provided with love and nurture that their parents can provide for them. This trauma can have a negative impact on their upbringing and affect their developmental process. Um, so yes, definitely the separation process is something that's not nurturing, there's not loving. The separation process is nothing but high stress. So a support group would definitely help these individuals. In the 1990s, a new chapter of exclusion started with a series of harsh anti-immigrant policies that were unusual in their scale and severity, targeting not only undocumented immigrants, but also eventually legal immigrants and immigrant families as well. So they can mention, is this immigration laws have definitely made it difficult for immigrant families, not just for those who are undocumented, but also for those who are documented. So very traumatic. Immigration laws were put into place to segregate immigrant families and keep them isolated in poverty areas. These laws make it difficult for immigrant families to find employment, housing, health benefits, and other economic factors. So through the segregation, it's going to be definitely hard, because it's something that unfortunately it's still going on. So focusing on their mental well-being and assisting them in how to move forward through these challenges is definitely going to be important. A community support group for Mexican Americans will be needed to assist those individuals who are affected by immigration laws. So some of the evidence-based relevance to social work interventions that I believe would be helpful in this support group is definitely psychoeducation and a solution-focused approach. So a psychoeducation approach will help educate this population to have a better understanding of what they experience. Psychoeducation would also be a type of therapy group that I would like to use for this issue. This type of group is designed to educate and empower clients. So this is something that I believe is definitely important. So not just educating these individuals on um, their experiences, their feelings, their thoughts, kind of providing that background information, but also help them empower these clients to move forward, even though it's going to be hard, challenging, and emotional, still empowering these clients to move forward, their families, caregivers, and their support group. I think it's definitely beneficial for them. Through this, the group can educate and assist them in understanding what their symptoms are and how to process their experiences by participating in healthy coping skills. Coping skills going to be great, helpful tool for them to have. Psychoeducation allows the therapist to understand the values of this population, their emotional process, and their upbringing. So psychoeducation is not only necessary for them, but also for me to have a kind of better understanding of what their background is. A solution-focused approach will be used to address the hardships that the population is experiencing. I would also use a solution-focused approach to assist the participant with identifying their strengths. At times, because of their experience, they kind of forget about their strengths. So highlighting them and bringing them out and helping them to identify it on their own is really important. So solution focus is used as a concept for those who feel hopeless or that their problems are not solvable. So this is something that I believe this um, type of population would need, because at this time they probably feel hopeless. They feel like there's no way that they can solve this, because unfortunately this immigration laws are still current. So kind of helping them process that trauma, and then help them to see a way that there is still a way to move forward and that there is hope at the end of the tunnel. So group evaluation, in order for me to determine the effectiveness of the group, I would create 3 surveys. So the first survey will be given at the beginning of the first session. It will consist of 10 questions regarding any past experiences with therapy and their background. The second survey will be given in the middle. This survey will consist of 10 questions as well, and it will be regarding the effectiveness of the treatment. What do they like? What don't they like? And also the third survey will be given at the last session to evaluate the overall effectiveness of the group experience. It would ask for feedback on the activities and lessons of the treatment. So a kind of getting a better understanding whether what lesson they like, what they don't like, or activity. Maybe I should have focused most on this lesson instead of this lesson. So it would definitely keep me on track on the effectiveness of the treatment. And then for my community collaboration, as families members are being separated, this population is placed in inhumane environments until government officials can assist this population. This group will provide emotional support during this harsh time. So even though they're going through the whole separation process, the group will provide some emotional support or other support during this harsh time. At times they might feel lonely. So knowing that they have a group that they can go back to would definitely be helpful through this type of processes. The separation of this family is an important issue that needs to be addressed, and researchers have linked the host of negative outcomes to children of immigrants who experience family separation, including behavioral problems, academic difficulties, and family conflict. This group will help treat current behaviors and provide opportunity for positive outcomes. This group support will identify the challenges and determine as a group how we can change those behavior problems. So this is something really important and would definitely be a strength into the community. The strength of this group approach are that through psychoeducation, I can offer both an explanation and a corresponding intervention. Teaching participants about skills that can help foster positive behavior change can assist in their fortunate experience. And also the strength of the solution focused space is that it is effective to address problems at the micro and meso levels. It focuses on the strengths and resources of the participant. This approach focuses on developing goals, which aids in clients transitioning from feeling of hopelessness to hopefulness. So this is something that would definitely be, life-changing, having that hopelessness left behind and moving into hopefulness, which is the ultimate goal. And here are my references for some of the journals, articles, and research that I went through. Thank you again so much for listening, and I hope you learn and enjoy something. Thank you. Have a great one.